Welcome to Art Warehouse. Today's artist is David Palumbo. David Palumbo is an American illustrator and fine artist. Painter David Palumbo was born in 1982 in Marquette, Michigan in the state's Upper Peninsula, where his father worked as an English professor. Shortly after his birth, however, the family moved to Ohio where they lived for the next 4 years. By the time Palumbo entered 3rd grade, the family had moved to Pennsylvania where they settled. As children, Palumbo and his older brother Anthony were introduced to the visual arts in the form of the science fiction and comic books enjoyed by their father as well as the drawing classes that their mother took. Eventually, those drawing classes led to a career in illustration for Palumbo's mother. Her second marriage, to a fellow illustrator in 1994, also created an environment in which the teenage Palumbo daily observed an example of working artists who earned a living in the visual arts. He studied painting at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Art, PAFA, in Philadelphia from 2000 to 2004. While a student at PAFA, Palumbo also attended several summer workshops taught by the realist painter Bert Silverman at his upstate New York home. Although these workshops were short-term programs, Silverman proved to be a very good teacher who made important contributions to the young painter's education. With a sound academic education and a modicum of knowledge about the commercial business of the art world, Palumbo began exploring illustration as a career shortly after his graduation from PAFA in 2004. As an illustrator, Palumbo works mainly in the fantasy and science fiction genres, where he has painted cover art and interior art for dozens of books and magazines as well as numerous illustrations for Magic: The Gathering. About 4 years after beginning his career as an illustrator, Palumbo began experimenting with a looser style of figure painting as an alternative to the very tightly drawn and detailed illustrations he was producing for his clients. Working with friends in the theater and dance community as models, he created a number of small figure paintings, generally about 5 by 7 inches. The small scale offered a manageable size 4 after hours experimentation and ultimately led to new explorations in texture and paint. It also marked the beginning of Palumbo's shift to a more painterly process. By late 2011, Palumbo was increasingly frustrated with what he describes as the uptight rendering style commonly expected of fantasy illustration and realized that he had something different to offer as a painter. As he continued to develop his personal style, he emphasized not only figural realism, but also strove to suggest a narrative through mood and atmosphere, thus evoking a sense that there is a story to be told if the viewer is interested in imagining what might be implied in the images. Palumbo has also been showing personal works in fine art galleries since 2003. Since then, he has shown in galleries in Philadelphia, New York, Chicago, London, and Paris. In 2010, Brand Studio Press released a collected volume of Palumbo's fine art nudes. His work today continues to blend illustration and painting in a personal conversation that strengthens and enriches both forms. Thank you so much for watching our video and see you in the following video. Please like and subscribe.